What God cannot do does not exist. What God cannot do does not exist. Pastor Jerry, indeed, I am the woman that God has shown mercy. I am married, testifying from Ekpoma, Edo State. I joined NSPPD June 24th, 2022. I gave birth in May. So when I gave birth, my son was jaundiced. So we thought it was a normal jaundice. So when we were discharged from the hospital, we were advised to always bring him out in the morning sun and all of that. So we did all of that all through May, and it was not reducing at all. Instead, the eyes were becoming more yellow. In June, one afternoon, I was just sleeping, so I came across the link on Facebook. I think it was "Oh God, Show Me Mercy" of that week. So I just clicked in, I watched it, I prayed with it. So since then, I've been joining. Every morning, I'll bring the doctor's report to the altar of fire. I will pray, I will fast, I will cry, and all of that. So the thing, it was really troubling. It was causing a lot of things. My son wasn't gaining weight and all of that. We went to the hospital. They did some tests and they sent us to for scan at ISTH, Ira Specialist Teaching Hospital. They did scan. They said there was obstruction in his bile duct, that where the bilirubin was supposed to flow through is blocked and all of that. They asked us to come the next day. They did the scan again and it was the same thing. So I asked them, okay, how will they treat it? They said it's biliary atresia, that it doesn't have any cure, it's only surgery. And then my son was not even up to 2 months. I was, how will I send this 2 months old baby in for surgery? I was like, no, I will just take the matter to altar of fire. So I went to another hospital. They did liver functioning tests, they did scan, they said the liver was okay. So they saw the same thing, that it was still biliary atresia. This is the first scan we did. They said it's biliary atresia. Then this one, they said the gallbladder was collapsed. That was the cause of the jaundice. So then when we got home, we went to a lab, we did it. It was the same thing, that it's still biliary atresia. So it was really terrifying and all of that. And we continued praying. Every morning I will pray, I will fast, I will pray, I will cry and all of that. Because they said if the surgery is not done, that he will deteriorate rapidly and die, that it has no cure except surgery. The doctor was even like, it has no cure, like God cannot even do it, that it's only surgery. So that was how we left the hospital. We went home, we were praying and all of that. So I think on the 25th of August, Pastor Jerry, you said, what did they say is wrong with this 3 months old baby's kidney? I just keyed into it, because then my son was 3 months. I keyed into it. I said, yes, it is you. You said if we will not keep back our testimony, it is reversed. So I just keyed into it. I keyed into it. The next day on the 26th, they said there is obstruction in your intestine. This child is less than a year. They said there is obstruction. I just keyed into it. I said, this is for my son Nathan.
There is a small child that I see. They say there's an obstruction in that infant's intestine. There's an obstruction in the intestine of that little child. By the power that raised Jesus from the dead, I command, let every obstruction in the intestine, let it be reversed by fire. Let it be reversed by fire.
So on the 28th of August, his body was very hot. So I just told my husband, I said, I think this thing has gotten worse. So we just said, no, that since we are praying the altar of fire, that it will not get worse. Instead, it will get better. So I just told him, let's go to the hospital. We went to the hospital. They gave us some drugs. Then I told him, let's go and do scan. So we will just know if it has gotten worse, or we will know if we will just apply these drugs or not. So that on the 28th, that my baby's body was hot. As I was sleeping in the afternoon, I just saw you, Pastor Jerry. It was like a hall. It was a church. So you were holding this communion. You were looking for people to come and drink from it. So I just rushed in. You gave me little to drink. So when I drank from it, he just told me, you are healed. So I just said, Papa, they said there is obstruction in my biliary duct. You told me again. I said you are healed. Hey, Papa. So that was how I woke up from that dream. And that 28th, that was the day my son's body was very hot. On the 29th, that was when I told my husband, let's go for scan. So when we left the hospital, we went to the same place we did the scan. The man was like, what happened again? I thought I've done the scan. It is biliary atresia. I said, no, I want to redo it again. He said, okay. So the man did it. When he was doing it, he was asking me, when last did you breastfeed? I said, I just breastfed him just now. He said, okay. He did it. Then he asked us to go and sit at the reception to wait for the result. So we were sitting there. When he was doing the scan, I was just playing, oh Lord, show me mercy. When the man came outside, he said, where are you treating him? I said, ISTH. He said, okay, take him back there, let them continue. God, I was like, Jesus, what is it? Then he just said, take, because what I saw before, I did not see it again. Papa, he said what he saw before, I did not see. That was how I grabbed the result from his hand. I opened it, I checked it. What was there was normal findings, no trace of biliary atresia anymore. That was how I just remembered what Papa will always say, when your testimony come, how will you shout? That was how I was rolling on the floor. I was shouting, what God cannot do does not exist. Papa, we did 4 scans. They said it's suggestive of biliary atresia, but the last scan we did, it was normal findings, no trace of biliary atresia, Papa. And really till now, my son's eyes have cleared. He is growing well. Everything is fine. Papa, I say thank you. All the crew of MSPPDians, I say thank you. Indeed, what my God cannot do, Papa, it does not exist. I remain in this altar. I'm not going anywhere. Sure, I'm coming back for more and more testimonies. This is the same thing that they said is only surgery, but my God is supernatural surgeon. He did his work. There is no trace of jaundice anymore. My son's eye is cleared. Everything is okay. No trace of biliary atresia. Everything is fine. The radiologist even said that the gallbladder that they said is collapsed is even more than normal. Is more than 100% normal. Pastor Jerry, I'm grateful. Pastor Jerry, thank you. God, I'm grateful. Thank you. Indeed, what my God cannot do does not exist.